Ink-a-dink, 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 ink-a-dink. Wow.
Okay. Basil, you said you've got, now I know you can't do this. I know you haven't got the capabilities. You haven't got the, I know you're a member of the press. You're a cub reporter, a cat reporter. Well, wait a second. Kitten reporter? I know you promised me somebody good today. I know you promised me somebody that some earth-shattering developments from Asia. No. Basil, you there? Basil? Holy crow. It's new friend of the show, Stephen Colbert, who we have as our permanent guest now that the Colbert Report is over, or as some people call it, the Colbert Report. Okay, he's here. He was hiding in front of Basil. No wonder Basil couldn't hear me. Okay, well, you know, Bill Murray's out of the hammock, so you gotta. That's your spot now. So I'm gonna fly you up there, Stephen. Hold on, you ready? You ready to go for a little fly? Okay, ready? Oh, hold on. Let's try again. This jet. Oh, look at that. What I found. There we go. Okay. Basil, looks like you want me to discuss, well, let's see, we got some awards here. And these are for Basil BuddhaCat Presents. This is from Comcast, from the annual awards ceremony. We have 2014 number 2 most original shows. Basil BuddhaCat Presents, and actually Progressive Soup got number 3 most original shows. Good friend of Progressive Soup, Mike Toohey, got most new original shows for 2014. Okay, Basil, you also got number 1 most active portable equipment user, and that's what I'm speaking into right now, which has been graciously loaned from Comcast to the Basil BuddhaCat household. Combined studio time and camera time outside of the studio, number 1 most active user overall. Well, it says my name on it, but I know it's for Basil BuddhaCat Presents because, I don't know, maybe Candy and Dave can't spell BuddhaCat. Okay. Oh, here's one for Progressive Soup. 5 years on the air. That's our 5-year certificate. Basil's been on for 3 years now. So he likes to tell me that he'll catch up with me eventually. But the only way that could happen, Basil, if Progressive Soup were to go off the air. Hey, got some gum. Okay, hold on. Yeah, come on. Share some gum. Come on. Okay, you ready? Gum tastes crappy. Basil just said to me, said, I'll be seeing you in 12 hours. Or not be seeing you anymore in 12 hours. I don't get that. And also, number 1, most active Edit Suite user. That's for Basil. So far we've got 4 Basil BuddhaCat and 1 Progressive Soup. Okay, and here, again, Progressive Soup. Number 3, most new original show. So, thank you, Candy and Dave. And Basil, of course, and I taped the awards ceremony, and somehow or other, your phrase got passed around the room pretty liberally by some of the folks who you interviewed. Kevin Gallagher, good friend Kevin Gallagher, who Basil teases a lot, but Kevin has a good show. He's been doing it for 18 or 19 years. He's a sharply produced show. He has lots of information on it, albeit not necessarily accurate information. But he has some very important, some great guests via phone, and some interesting topics. Definitely interesting topics. We have never found out that we never found that crystal tower, that 3,000 foot tall crystal tower on the dark side of the moon yet, but we will. And Basil also, along with getting people to say Basil's own version of WTF, he also, of course, had What the Fork, and also we almost got around to it because we can't say this on the air, but Basil was trying to get people to say what the fuck. Not sure about that success rate on that. Likewise, what the, and also what the. Okay, so now that we're 7 minutes into the show, Basil, are you going to spring it on me? Oh, I see. You say actually you're playing the part of a very well-known world, well, not leader, but world dignitary. Well, not dignitary, but he says actually just some dude that's been in the news lately. And he's going to give me a clue as to who that would be. And okay, go ahead, said Basil is telling me. Beep boop. Poopy. Said our corporate sponsors, P, A&W Root Beer. The P makes all the difference. And our old reliable Schweppes. Schweppervescence. And our original sponsor, Tootsie Roll. And I don't see the wrapper here. So is this really Tootsie Roll? And he interjected, continue. Crazy. Yeah. Said he's playing the role for this show of Kim Jong-il's. No, that's the old guy. That's the guy that was shaped like an eel, apparently. No, Kim Jong Un. And Jong Un, of course, sounds like young'un, which is indicative of him being the young'un of the previous dictator Kim, and the grandson of the first dictator of North Korea, Kim. And okay, yeah. Apparently, story is that the young Kim Jong-un, doesn't poop or pee because he uses all of the beverage and food that he intakes gets burned up naturally because he's so active and so busy and constantly on the move, and also apparently because he's a god. So you're playing the role of Kim Jong Un. Okay. Well, okay, fair enough. Basil says he's going to do some quotes from the movie because we watched the movie, the interview. We saw it. We actually we had seen the clips, the trailers from the movie, and said to ourselves, well, Basil said to me, he said, meow. Well, said, rarely will a movie or any piece of entertainment ever stand up to its advanced billing. And we laughed our balls off. We laughed our balls off at the clips from the movie and said, this is pretty funny. But then we thought, clips, when you watch clips from a movie, and most often it's the case, when you watch the clips from the movie, you're seeing every single funny moment out of a 2-hour movie in a span of about 15 seconds, and that's it. And the rest of the movie pretty much doesn't hold up to the advanced billing and the film clips. But in this case, we found that Basil, he's getting ready to quote. Okay, share with the audience, including Stephen Colbert, who's up in the hammock now and seems pretty relaxed. Share with the audience, if you will, your first of perhaps many quotes from the movie, the interview. Basil said, okay, I'll quote you first. Pussy! Said, you like the quote from the movie where Kim Jong Un told the reporter, played by James Franco, I get tons of pussy. And Basil said he's pretty sure that had to do with his with the part that he's playing, and that's Kim Jong Un's cat, because the cat's name is Pussy. And suffice it to say that that certainly Kim Jong Un, like the guy in the James Bond movie Blofeld, certainly had his cat on his lap hours on end, petting it, and that's what the line "I get tons of pussy" must have been about. It seems fair to me, Basil. Other people may not take it quite that way, but it seems fair to me that that's correct. Okay. You want to get us some weight? We're going to shift from entertainment to raw news now, because Basil has something he read in the paper. And the Korean government released a quote that's called, well, they were sniping at both President Obama and John Kerry, who back in 2004 when he ran for president, I gave John Kerry the nickname Frankenstein. because his bumper sticker was Frankenstein 2004. So they can't blame me for that. That was his own bumper sticker that said that. Anyway, so apparently, and I'm reading from the teletype machine, the teleticker. It says the North Korean government described President Obama as a monkey, a jungle monkey who jumps to conclusions, and they described more roughly speaking, they described John Kerry, Secretary of State John Kerry, as a wolf, and I'm quoting now, wolf with a hideous lantern jaw. Yeah, okay. Basil said, Karloff! Said, Basil sticking with the moniker Frankenstein 2004. Wolf with a hideous lantern jaw. I mean, I guess if you look at pictures of Secretary of State John Kerry, you're going to say, yeah, well, he certainly has a hideous lantern jaw. But he doesn't look like a wolf. He looks more like Frankenstein. Now, if they had said a Frankenstein monster with a hideous lantern jaw, Basil would be completely in agreement. But, Okay. Okay, Basil's going to throw another quote out there. And the quote from the movie is, and we're not sure because it depends how you slur the words. It's either they hate us because they ain't us, or we thought for a while there, and I'm not quite sure if it isn't true, the quote was, they hate us because they ain't us. Which one was it? Okay, Basil said the part of the movie where they interviewed Eminem. Wait. Eminem. Don't you roll? Okay, Basil's getting a gratuitous reach out to Eminem, the Mars Candy Company, to try to get their account too, to go along with our Tootsie Roll account. And how do you know? How do we know? Basil wants me to tell you. How do we know that Basil's favorite candy is Tootsie Roll? Well, on topic, we could look up his anus. But we could also look in his litter pan. And Basil's litter pan apparently shows absolute factual proof that Basil's favorite candy is Tootsie Roll. And likewise, looking in the litter pan, you'll know that Basil's favorite root beer is P-A-N-W root beer. It's the extra letter that gives it the special flavor. Okay. So, they hate us because they ain't us, or they hate us because they ain't us. What do you think? Tweety. Oh. Tweety. Is it? Tweety's saying... Tweety's telling us that we have a caller on the phone who's in the middle of a radio broadcast right now, and he's sort of going like this, the broadcast. If that's a clue. Because apparently he likes to use semaphore code so he can reach out to the folks that are hard of hearing over the age of 90, which apparently is about 75% of his audience. Is this Basil? Speaking of anus, it's Rush Limbaugh calling in. Okay, now, first of all, before we get started on it, I know you're going to be upset. Rush, I know you're going to be upset because we in a recent broadcast described you as being Okay. I can't. Or, well, hold on. We got to use the official Basil Monica. Here we go. Oh, okay. Oh, pig. Okay. So now nobody will know for sure what I said because we have our little bleep machine. Okay. So Rush Limbaugh. Okay. Now I have a question for you, Rush. If the North Koreans described Secretary of State John Kerry as a wolf with a hideous lantern jaw, how do you think that they might describe you? Well, he says that, we have to keep in mind that 75% of the country of North Korea, maybe we'll keep it at 67% of the country in North Korea is malnourished. And when people that are malnourished and skinny as a rail, matter of fact, here's one of the North Korean people that have recently come to the United States. A little wave to the audience. Okay. If 2/3 of North Korea is malnourished, he's thinking that they might actually call him. Okay. So you mind that? He said no, actually, as long as they mean it respectfully, then he's fine with that. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Basil says, I like that Rush Limbaugh. He's entertaining, and matter of fact, some people say he's bat shit crazy, but I say he's cat shit crazy. Okay. So that's, obviously, Basil was gonna use his own background when describing people that call the show up. And Basil, look at that! I hadn't realized you got your comfy where the wild things are slippers on. Okay, and I think he is playing the part of Kim Jong Un or Kim Jong Un. Okay. Okay. That Rush is saying he saw the movie and he didn't like much of it, but he did like the part where they talked about Miley Cyrus, and he wants to take credit for it. Rush says he invented the terms camel toe and moose knuckle, and he says that he wants credit for that because, and he's going to sue the North Korean government, and he's going to sue Sony Pictures, and he's going to sue James Franco, and that curly-headed guy that, Seth Rogen. Okay, yep. He says he's suing them because Rush actually wants complete. He'll go through his files and look back at his old shows, but he's pretty sure that he was describing Miley Cyrus and also the term camel toe and mouse knuckle in the same sentence. And no, he says moose knuckle. Okay. And he has pictures of him that he signed, autographed pictures, where he's going like this. And that's what Rush Limbaugh says. I mean, I'm just quoting him. Okay. Okay. Now Basil's got something to add to this, Mr. Limbaugh, and he's looking at me, so I know he's going to say it to both of us because he's rotating 3 whiskers on his right side of his face, counterclockwise 4 times. So he's got my attention now, and hopefully he has your attention too. He's saying, said to both you dudes, whoever planted that in your head is crazy. And I think that's another quote from the movie. And with that, we're going to go back to being David Stevenson and Basil BuddhaCat. Thank you, world, for your Comcast awards, and we're proud to be a part of the Comcast network. And enjoy your evening. Bye.
They say they'd rob your grandma blind on Wall Street, on Wall Street. Fritter her away, her Medicare on Wall Street. And Pharma Oil and their pet fox don't care if she lives in a box, so long as they wear platinum jocks on Wall Street, on Wall Street. Meow.